I'm Brent Stafford, and welcome to another edition of RegWatch on GFN.TV. Anti-vaping zealots have another notch in their belt as lawmakers in Taiwan passed an outright ban on nicotine vaping products. The new law doesn't even mention vaping directly. Instead, it introduces the term tobacco-like products to the legislation known as the Tobacco Hazards Prevention Act. Amendments to the TTHRA ban the sale, manufacture, promotion, import, and even personal use of nicotine vaping products within the island nation located 100 miles off the east coast of China. Joining us today to discuss the impact of Taiwan's new nicotine vape ban is Danny Wang, president of the Taiwan Tobacco Harm Reduction Association. Danny, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Danny, as of this recording, we're still waiting for the president of Taiwan to sign off on the new law. Is there any chance that might not happen? And could this vape ban be stopped?
Well, in my views, this vape ban will happen soon, actually, because the president released the last notice. So basically, it's very hard to stop it. So after the bill take effect, the authority they will take action to give the users penalties and to give a fine to the sellers. So to be honest, I've talked and discussed with the other academic people from law. They say basically this is going to happen for sure. It's no way to go return. Yeah.
Would you describe the law as draconian?
Yeah, I think the law is really not depending on science, and it's really harsh because in the end it will push people back to cigarettes. So if it's really to protect public health, I don't think this law achieve the goal to protect public health. Instead, they are hurting people's public health. So yeah, this is not evil law for me. Yeah, for vapors.
What did you first think when you heard lawmakers pass the law? Were you surprised?
To be honest, in Taiwan, because when we do the law amendment, the caucus consultation is live streaming. So I can saw it on YouTube and the legislative website. So when I saw the tobacco law pass, I was very angry. And the first word came out of my mouth is the F word, it's a bad words, and keep cursing these government officials and these politicians. So it's very angry. But to be honest, I don't really be surprised because I've been advocating for 6 years. So in Taiwan, when I found out this battle has become a big pharma and big tobacco. So normal people like me or other users or other advocates, our voice are not easy to be heard, especially on the mainstream media. So it takes so long. So in the end, they banned the vaping. So it's kind of not surprised because it's too many benefited in this battle. So this is like the result we can see before. Yeah.
So Danny, as you said, Taiwan has banned nicotine vaping products, but not heated tobacco products. They left these products on the market. Is that a partial win for tobacco harm reduction?
Yeah, it's kind of a partial win for TTHRA because the Taiwan government, when they first proposed this bill, they are going to ban vaping and the heat-not-burn products altogether. That's the first addition. So right now, they passed the bill is to ban vaping nicotine products, but they legalize heat-not-burn. So at least they remain the option for consumers without, cigarette is illegal. But right now, the heat-not-burn heated tobacco product will be legalized So it's a partial win. But I have to say, even the heated tobacco product passed, the heavy regulation on it's really ridiculous because, like what I say, this HTPS that made Taiwan become the 51st state of America. Because if tobacco company they want to sell this heated tobacco product in Taiwan, they have to get the FDA PMTA permit first. So it's a USA permit. So that's very weird. If you want to sell this heated tobacco product in Taiwan, you have to get a permit from the US government. So I think it's very harsh. So by the way, at this moment, if you go to check the FDA website, only IQOS 2019 and 2020 heated tobacco products are passed on their PMTA list. So which means only previous IQOS products is allowed to sell in Taiwan according to our new law. Yeah.
And there are some stricter regulations for heat not burn products in terms of some, filing some PMTA-like kind of documents with the government, right?
Yeah. So this is what I say, because different country, different area, they have a different regulation toward the heated tobacco product. So during our discussion, one group say, oh, we can regulate the heated tobacco product, maybe like Japan. Another group say, oh, we have to do a more strict the regulation like a USA. So at that time we have debate about that. For sure, I'm not in the discussion. It's in the government, in the legislator. So different legislators have different statement about the regulation of heated tobacco product. But in the end, the USA party, they win. I mean, they prefer to take the regulation from the USA. So because they say, oh, if we regulate similar like Japan, it will easy to make young generation to use this kind of product. So we have to make it more restricted than cigarette to protect our kids, protect our health. So they decide to use this restricted regulation on heated tobacco products.
So if Taiwan is borrowing from the U.S. regulations around heat not burn and so forth, did they also import from the U.S. the epidemic of teen vaping, so-called, and the hysteria around the so-called vaping-related lung illness?
Oh, yeah. Our government or anti-part, they just like to emphasize this negative information on vaping. So I remember when the EVALI, when it happened in 2019, in Taiwan, the media, they keep reporting for about a month. They will say, the vaping caused death. How many people today? We got more people die for vaping. They keep reporting on that. So after I call it education, the government and anti-part education of people. When the media keep reporting on that, for Taiwanese people, they only remember one image in their brain. Oh, vaping will kill. Vaping make people die. So our government banning the vaping is good for our health because they are protecting our health. But in my opinion, that's really ridiculous. They just choose the information they want and they to broadcast or to educate our people with this negative information. So our people will think, oh, vaping is more dangerous than cigarettes. So we must ban it. Banning vaping is a good thing. So other, like you say, youth epidemic, for sure they will keep talking about that. Our kids keep the using rates keep going up. So we have to protect our kids. So we have to ban the vaping product. So yeah, what happened in the U.S. or other place, our government will use the information to educate our people, to tell them banning vaping is a good thing. So everybody should support our bill. So that's what government and anti-group keep doing that.
Danny, give us some insight about vaping in Taiwan before, obviously, this law goes into effect. Are there many vapors? Are there a lot of retail stores? And how are they going to be impacted once this bill becomes law?
For Taiwan, before we found out it's about 1 million vapors here in Taiwan, but it's people who ever use vaping. We don't know its current use but we estimate it's about 1 million vapors here. And according to the media, they have done the calculates. It says about the vape shop is about 400 to 500 vape shops in Taiwan back to 2021. So after new law take effect, I believe the vape shop will decrease because it's become illegal. They will to catch the vape shop. And for the users, I believe that the vapor will decrease as well, because afterward, if we vape here, we will get a penalty. So as I heard, lots of people decide to go back to smoke, or afterward they will turn to the heated tobacco product, because they won't get fined using that product. But if we use vape in Taiwan, we will get penalty. So I believe after new law pass, the vape shop will decrease, go to underground, and the users for vapor, they will change to use other nicotine products. Yeah.
So if you were to walk down the street after the law goes into effect and pull out your vape and vape, that's illegal?
Afterward, everything is illegal for vape. Okay, you can possess. Okay, you if you carry a vape on the street, that should be okay. But you use is illegal. You just like in the beginning, importation, manufacture, display, advertisements, and sale, everything is banned for vaping, and they have different penalty for the users and for the business owner. They have different penalties. Yeah, so everything is illegal afterwards.
Danny, when it comes to the science, obviously there's a lot of, very pro-vaping science out there, and some very credible work out from Public Health England, Royal College of Physicians, Cochrane report on nicotine. Does the Taiwanese government not look at that science?
They listen to science, but in my opinion, it's a bad science. A lot of country will take the WHO as a reference, or FCTC, when doing the tobacco law. But to be honest, Taiwan, we are not a member of WHO. Also, we are not a member of UN. So basically, I don't think they have a power to control our bill or influence our bill. But for sure, the health agency, they will keep using the data of the research from WHO. But I have to say, because I've checked the WHO information, they are in their paper, in WHO's papers, they will show the positive side of vaping and the negative side of vaping. That's the WHO report. But when it comes out from our government or media, they only release the negative information, just like they say cherry picking. It's the WHO or other government, you say UK or other place, yeah. But when the information is positive toward vaping, it will disappear from our media, from our government. Only bad words will come out from their mouth. They keep saying vaping is bad. Vaping is bad. So other, like you say, from other journalists, our research, or from other government, it's good for vaping. It just gone. Because, in Taiwan, we are using Mandarin. We don't use, our official language is Mandarin. Okay. So a lot of people, they don't really read or understand English. So even there's a good information on the website, but it's English. So for normal people, they don't understand. They just read Mandarin. So they just read information from our government, from media. Oh, this is what they know about vaping. But you say that the positive, the research, the paper, yeah, I can understand. But when I try to tell to others, they will think I'm crazy, because government say vaping is bad. Oh, you have a paper. Oh, it's a fake paper. Oh, it must be made by big tobacco. Oh, you have something wrong. Our government say vaping is bad. So yeah, our government will follow the science, but only for bad science, in my opinion. Only for bad science. They don't really tell the truth to people. They just keep educating people vaping is bad using this negative papers, negative information. Yeah.
Now, in Canada and the US, the anti-vaping forces usually are camped out on the progressive left. I mean, that's just a fact. Is there a similar kind of dichotomy in Taiwan?
I think in Taiwan, you said it's about political issue, right? So I think it's a political correctness here, because everybody agrees smoking is bad and smoking is not good for your health. Everybody agrees on that. But in Taiwan, I think it's become a political issue because they don't really tell people the fact of vaping. They just confuse people that the vaping is the same as smoking, or vaping is more dangerous than smoking. So normal people will think, oh, vaping is bad for your health. So government banning is protecting our kids, protecting our health. Our ruling party is we call DPP.
What does that stand for?
It's a Democratic Progressive Party. It's our ruling party at this moment. To be honest, I don't really think they are democratic and they are not really progressive. I have advocated for 6 years. Our voice, the pro-vape voice, did heard by any legislator from their party. So, I have sent lots of email, lots of letters, and even talked to them on the phone. Everybody heard that, but when I did the discussion, our voice just disappeared, just gone. Just one voice. You have to ban vaping. So I think it's not really about democratic. In my opinion, maybe it's too exaggerate, but I say they are kind of a communist, because we cannot have a conversation on this issue. Everything just what I say is correct, but everything opposite, it just disappears. We cannot have a conversation on that. So what I think, it will become a political issue because it will get involved the vote and this money benefits. So it's not just about science. It's not just about people's rights. It's about these politicians. They are trying to win this fight to get money from the big company, and they also want to get a vote from the people. So they're kind of like the line to the people, so they can get money from the big company, and also they can get a vote from the people. So at the end, our bill become like this.
Danny, Bloomberg Philanthropies just announced $420 million to be spent over the next 4 years on additional anti-smoking, anti-vaping programs and what I say propaganda. And that adds up to $1.6 billion that Bloomberg has spent since 2005 on these kinds of programs. Do you think that some of that money has had an effect in Taiwan?
Probably, but I'm not sure, because in Taiwan, to be honest, few people know who is Bloomberg. Nobody. We in our discussion in Taiwan, no one really mentioned about that. But I believe his money to WHO or to other foundations, they will indirectly influence the policy in Taiwan. Just like what I say, I believe their founding, they will create more negative paper research about vaping. So this negative information will bring into Taiwan. This anti-group will keep, quote, cite this anti-vaping papers, keep telling people, educate people, our decision is correct. Vaping is bad, so banning is the best choice. So this is what I understand it. This Bloomberg, their money, they don't directly go into Taiwan, but they will use that money to create a massive, propaganda. Yeah, they will create massive propaganda globally, and Taiwan will, for sure, be affected.
Danny, I know you're familiar with the Global Forum on Nicotine and its annual conference on safer nicotine products and tobacco harm reduction. GFN is coming up again this June from June 21st to the 24th. Let me ask you, why is an event like GFN important? Yeah,
I think GFN is very important because it's about the cognitions of nicotine. So as I'm a nicotine user, I can say right now people know nicotine in a wrong way. So that's why I believe a lot of people saw that a documentary called "You Don't Know Nicotine," right? So with the GFN events, I believe that people will have more chance to understand the other side of nicotine, so which is the positive side. So I do believe that GFN is very important to educate or to let people know the truth about nicotine. Yep.
In a way, it's nicotine advocacy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good to do the nicotine advocacy as well, because I'm the nicotine users. So I know in the forum they will have a different company, different academic people, or different information to discuss the nicotine. Because just like what I say, right now, everybody, when we say nicotine, everybody just think, oh, it's addictive. It's bad for your health. It's not good. But as a user, I think, no, it's not a bad thing. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I believe, in my personal opinions, I don't really believe nicotine is addictive.
Final question then for you, Danny. What could the global tobacco harm reduction community do to help your efforts in Taiwan?
For TTHRA, Tobacco Harm Reduction Community, I suggest that if we can developing a new conventions like I say FCTSC, it means Framework Convention on Tobacco Smoke Control, because right now the WHO FCTC, we keep communicating with them, but they never listen to us. So for every country, I believe, on the world, every government, they will take the suggestion from FCTC and to make their local law toward this tobacco or vaping or other nicotine products. So if I'm thinking if the tobacco harm reduction communities could create a new convention to compete with FCTC, I believe that would be a milestone for nicotine advocacy.